What is up, woke family? It's your boy Woke Keybox, and I'm back again with another video. Nuclear physicist goes viral, and woman shoots us. My bad, I can't even speak. You know what I'm saying? Woman shoots her shot at him. Let's get into this video.
YouTube, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Do you guys remember the nuclear physicist who went viral after a woman rejected him on the Pineapple Show? Of course you do, because I did a video about it and so did everyone else, it seemed like, on YouTube. And so for those of you who might be lost about this whole situation, the Pineapple Show is a YouTube-based dating show that's hosted by Melly Monaco, and the show will have a featured guest, which is usually a woman who will cycle through different guys. If she's not feeling the guy, she says pineapple, and that's what happened with the nuclear physicist. The featured female guest pineappled him on the basis.
I'm just gonna interrupt my brother real quick. Chisha Zed. This is one thing that we have to acknowledge, right? For those of you who don't know, Melly Monaco basically is a woman that claims that she tries to help men self-improve through letting them know female nature and knowing what females want and stuff like that. If that's the case, listen to me carefully. And I'm not saying this to knock her because I respect the hustle. But if that's the case, why is it the situation that you're not having women compete for the men's attention? Instead, you're having the men compete for women, especially if you're trying to help them with self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a woman. You're making it seem like if you hit up a dude or if you hit up multiple dudes, that they're not going to come on your show, or let's just say, for example, well, not multiple dudes, my bad. If you hit up multiple women are not going to come on your show to compete for one man. That's not true. You're going to have a decent amount that won't agree because obviously you guys are in competition, but you're going to have a decent amount because you guys have that sisterhood. So if anything, try to have the women compete for the men. Like, switch it up a little bit, you know? But let's continue, though.
Of what she said was lack of personality.
About pineapples.
Yeah. Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this. I did this. And I feel like I did that at first too. But however, I need a man with some personality.
That's when everybody and their mother, including myself, decided to chime in on the situation. Now, fast forward till a couple of days ago, I stumbled on a video of another woman on another dating show. Shout out to Melanie King. She also runs a dating show. And this woman is actually currently looking for the nuclear physicist and was shooting her shot on the show, right? The guy was her type. She had a different opinion. She liked what she saw, and shout out to her for shooting her shot.
There was a gentleman on what was the show? The Pineapple Show. Do you remember? It went viral for a minute, and the woman still shot him down. If you're listening, if you're watching, I am interested. I can't find you on Instagram.
In this video, I had a virtual sit down with the actor and nuclear physicist where we discuss everything from the Pineapple Show going viral and the current situation with the chick shooting her shot. All right, guys, that's it. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Bro, I'm gonna be really honest with you, man. When I got your message, I was like, this guy's trying to catfish me, bro.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. Like, he can't be real. Yeah, no, I'm like actually a real person. It's crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. How have you been? How's it been, everything with basics and training and stuff?
So I went to basic. A lot happened, essentially. I ended up leaving because I didn't want to do nuclear physics. While I was leaving, a lieutenant commander and 6 senior chiefs came to me and said, we want you to commission as an officer after you leave. So I ended up leaving enlistment to become a commissioned officer. So I'm in that transition now. So instead of doing nuclear physics, I'm going to be a surface warfare officer. And what that is those are the guys that are commanding ships. So those are like your captain of the ship. You're like all that shit. I just wanted to do something different. Nuclear physics are like interesting. They're like entertaining, but like, it's not what I wanted to do.
I want to know, before we get into like the whole craziness of this chick actually looking for you and, you know, getting on Melanie King's YouTube channel, I want to know, what were your thoughts about the first experience you had on the Pineapple Show?
Oh, dude. Oh, man. That's the funniest. Okay, so I was on Discord, right? I was just vibing with my friends in call, and I had the craziest idea. I was like, one of us should go on the Pineapple Show and just like joke the around. And they're like, well, you're the only guy in this call right now that's comfortable with showing their face. Because I'm an adult, so I was like, I don't really mind if my face is online. It's like, whatever, I can choose that, right?
Yeah.
But they were like, go ahead and do that. So I was like, you know what? We'll make a bet on it. I lost the bet. So I ended up going on, I went on the Pineapple Show.
Hold on, man. The whole thing was a bet.
Pretty much. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Gotcha. I've had a girlfriend for the last 2 years. So it had nothing to do with me looking for a girl.
Okay. You've got a girl. What does she think about it?
No time for homework? SA Service delivers urgent academic help from over 500 experts. Save time this semester with.
Shout out to my brother Chisha Zed. I think it's important to give credit where credit is due. Right? Without having this interview, we wouldn't really be able to get a second-hand idea of what the nuclear physicist has to say. Now, this is my thing. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he's saying this out of ego because of, obviously, the girl rejecting him, or if he's actually being serious. Only he would know that. But all I can say is that it's interesting, right? This is my thing. In a situation in like what is being said right now, it's very, very interesting to know that he had a girlfriend the whole time, according to what he's saying, but he still went on the Pineapple Show, right? I'm actually curious to know how his girlfriend responded to this, you know? Because it's like, I know most people in situations like that, they wouldn't be happy to see them, like their significant other, especially women, trying to compete for another woman. Now, yes, you said you claimed you did it for a bet, which is definitely understandable, you know? But at the same time as well, too, it's like you want to definitely make sure you give the person that you're dealing with that respect so that they don't believe that you're trying to step out on them, you know? That's just the only thing. That's just the only thing. But yeah, let's continue.
So I left for boot camp like 3 days after the video happened. Like 3 days after I was on the Pineapple Show, I went to boot camp. So she doesn't know. I told her about it today because I figured I learned that it went viral today. So I told her about it today, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny, right?" Like she's not like, "Hoo-yah, you went on a dating show and it went viral," but she's not like she's not upset that I did it because she knows I'm not going to cheat on her. We have that communication between us. So,
got you.
Like I was saying, I went on the Pineapple Show. She asked me, you know, she was like, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." It's an open-ended question. So when I introduce myself, I say the three things first: my name, what I do for a living, and if there's anything else they want to know about me. So I got done with the first two parts of that. And then immediately after that, she pineappled me. So I was like, oh, okay, so I guess she doesn't want to know anything about me. That's fine. And then afterwards, she says the reason she pineappled me was that I didn't say enough about myself, which I was like, well, I didn't really get a chance to, but it was whatever. So then I noticed that the live chat got upset about it. And they got upset to the point where they were attacking her instead of like being fair to the fact that, you know, she's a human being with her own opinions. So I came back onto the Pineapple Show a second time, and I was like, chat, it's funny, but you don't have to get upset with her about it. So then I left again. And I didn't expect anything to come out of that because I was just like, I lost a bet. I went on the Pineapple Show, around, found out, and then that was that.
That video took off like a wildfire, man. So let's say this was, you know, hypothetically speaking, let's say this was actually real. You meant to go on the dating app. Was that like her as far as she goes? Was that like your type or what?
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
If it wasn't a joke,
right?
Would you have gone on there and like taken her seriously because you saw in her mind it was serious? You know?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That personality is not really my type. She's an attractive looking woman, sure. But ultimately, what I noticed that I really like found unattractive about her personality was simply that when I brought up what I do as my work, she tried to compete with it with what she had with her work, which was nursing school. Which I mean, if she would have just said that in response to what I said, sure. But the issue that I had with it was that she said, "Well, he's a nuclear physicist. That's whatever, because I'm in nursing school." Yeah. It was like, you don't have to compete with me. That's not like, that wasn't my intention. I was just trying to introduce myself. I wasn't trying to be combative in any kind of way. So I don't know. I just found that bit unattractive. It feels like I feel like she might have thought that I was trying.
I like how the nuclear physicist is bringing this up, because what a lot of modern day women don't really understand is the fact that a lot of modern day men see this in them, that competitive spirit, that competitive edge. And I'm happy we're seeing it from his side, right? You don't understand that this is probably the main reason why, if anything, he wouldn't have taken you seriously, because it's like no man wants to feel like they're competing with their girl, you know? And it's like very, very unattractive, very, 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 very bad, you know? People don't realize this, though. I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you. It's bad. It's not a good thing. Literally not a good thing. But to his is their own, you know? To his is their own. That's what it is, man. But people don't realize that most dudes do not want to deal with the woman that is combative. And the sad part is that you mainly see it in the black community with black women. Very, very combative, very argumentative, very, very masculine. Now, does that mean that other women are not like that? No, because I promise you they are. But it's majority in the black community for sure. But let's continue.
Trying to impress her with my job, which wasn't the case. Man. That's just how I introduced myself.
Yeah, man. And the whole thing was like, how much can you really know about somebody within a couple of questions? That was my thing. Okay,
right.
Personality, you can't know too much about somebody just within a couple of minutes. You looked at somebody and she thought like, okay, maybe I wouldn't get along with this person. I think it had a lot to do with other stuff, man, that in my personal assessment. So you get back, you see that the video's gone live, and then you see a second video of another chick who's like, hey, I want the nuclear physicist.
Man, I saw like 6 videos, and honestly, I only found out because the same guys I was in call with when I went on to the Pineapple Show called me again and was like, yo, you gotta see this shit. It was insane. How did I feel about it? I don't know. It's like that kind of situation where you always thought like, you know, if I was famous, I would react to it like this. But then when anything like viral happens to you, you're just like, what the do I do now? I have.
What does your girl think now that all these girls are trying to check on you? I'm sure she's like, what the?
I'm gonna be honest with you on that one. I don't know, man. I mean, I hold myself to a self-improvement standard, right? So I'm always trying to better myself. However a girl perceives me isn't really my business unless they're serious about trying to date me. So I hope my girlfriend understands that I'm with her, right? So I don't have any intention of changing that until I have an intention of changing that. And right now I still don't have that intention of changing that.
Gotcha.
So
if you record podcasts and videos remotely with Riverside, your content will look and sound so good no one will know you recorded in your mom's basement. From your laptop. On a web browser, Riverside automatically records audio and video locally on you and your guest computers. It simultaneously uploads it to the cloud. So you get crystal clear files that can only be achieved if you sat with them in real life. Yeah, you don't need to do that anymore. Whether you're sharing startup successes...
That's when I realized that space exploration is for me and you.
Or preaching hot takes on the latest blind dating reality show.
Why do all these people still look perfect?
Your audience...
Well, I hope, right? Because I just learned about it today, so we haven't like fully discussed this or anything. But I hope she realizes that, you know, I'm with her for a reason. And it has nothing to do with like me being sought out by other women at all. I hope that doesn't become a situation that I have to like have a discussion with her about, honestly.
Yeah,
because that would
she
like
understands, man. Especially now you've given her like the backstory and stuff. This is definitely a plot twist for sure. Okay, I've got another question.
Yeah, not a problem.
What do you think of the whole because my whole approach to the whole situation was I thought she was looking for a more bad boy type. You know, there are a lot of women out here who, when you are educated, they sort of cross you off or put you in a box of he won't be fun, he won't be exciting. You know what I mean? They're looking for that excitement, that bad boy, and that was the approach that I came at it in my video. What do you think of that?
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I like fast cars. I'm a car guy. So ultimately, when it comes to like the kind of vibe a girl is looking for, I don't know, man. Did she want to? It seemed to me like what you said is correct. She was talking. The people that she talked to for extended lengths of time seemed to be people that had like a less stable lifestyle, I'll say. Not ones that are unsuccessful, but ones that they're unpredictable, I would say. Which, I mean, I don't have any qualms with. If you're looking for someone that, you know, lives on the edge, by all means, that's fine. I just live on the edge in a different way, and my way is, you know, I want to continuously improve myself, whether that be education, physicality, martial arts, finances, whatever.
And the reason why I had to make that point is a lot of times, you know, I've spoken to women and had conversations on my channel, and I hear a lot of them say the same things. It's always like, well, guys are such assholes, you know, guys are broke. I never can find a guy who knows what he wants. I'm like, how are you guys all finding this same type of guy? It just means that that's the guy that you guys are attracted to, that most women find attracted to. And there are guys out there who are more stable, but the problem is he's probably going to expect you to be to at least equal his stability to some extent, right? And so because you don't want to be in a situation where your standards would be challenged, a lot of the times they complain about the same type of guys that they actually go after and avoid what would be beneficial for them in the long run.
Yeah, ultimately, I do believe that's the case. If you end up in a relationship with the same type of guy multiple times, even though you say that you don't like that specific kind of guy, I think it ultimately boils down to the fact that you're attracted to that type. You're just not attracted to the end results of what a relationship with that type of man ends up being. Because a lot of the times, you know, if you're attracted to somebody who, you know, is emotionally distant or has an unstable, like, financial situation, you're going to end up having a discussion that may be negative about finances or the way that they treat you. So ultimately, it really does boil down to what they're attracted to, man. And I can't control.
I definitely agree with what the brother's saying, right? Especially when it comes to the money matters. What we fail to realize is that, especially here in the States, 1 out of 2 marriages ends in divorce. And out of that 50%, 80% of those divorces are filed by women. Why? Because of money issues. So I think it's very, very important for us as men, especially, to really, really know if we're going to be in a relationship with a woman, why we're in a relationship with her, and her, same thing. And understand what we're all bringing to each other's lives, and to really be cognizant of all of those factors, because it's really going to help in the attraction process. It's going to help in you guys staying together long term, right? People don't realize that. I mean, attraction obviously is going to go off of the way that she views you and the way you view her. But when it comes to you guys staying attracted to each other long term, right? Attracted to the qualities, at least. Those are the things that matter. But let's continue.
Control that, but at the same time, like, I wish they would take a moment of self-reflection and be like, well, if I'm still dating the same kind of guy, even though I say I want a different guy, is it really the guy's fault that I'm dating, or is it I'm pursuing the wrong type of relationship?
Yeah, man. And that requires some accountability. And unfortunately, man, you know, they don't like that coffee.
That's a very, very good point, Shisha and my brother, nuclear physicist. The reality is that when it comes to women, bro, like, they'll tell you that they want this because they want to sound politically correct, but the reality is that they want a whole different type of dude, you know? So you have to really be cognizant. You have to learn how to vet people out so you can see what they truly are looking for and their intentions. and every other thing is going to work out well. But it comes with it, man. I'm telling you. Be very cognizant. The more you trust in God, the more He's going to give you that sense of discernment to be able to see things the way they are. Let's continue.
Like I like to say on my podcast. Yeah, bro, man, I appreciate you for reaching out, man, and just kind of, having this conversation. This is wild. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to deliver news of like, yeah, hey, he's down. He's looking for you too, and you guys set up a date. But this is
No, man. I'd love to talk to her. I mean, she seems interesting. I mean,
yeah.
Formal conversations, or I'm down to be friends with anyone. I don't necessarily have to seek this girl out for like a relationship. It's just I find like what she was talking about interesting. She seems like a nice person.
Definitely seems that way, man. You're solid, dude. Sounds good. And
real quick, I just want to go back 2 seconds. I'm trying to see if he's talking about the girl that wanted him, or is he talking about the other girl?
I'd love to talk to her. I mean, she seems interesting. Reflection and be like, well, if I'm still dating the same kind of guy, even though I say I want a different guy, is it really the guy's fault that I'm dating, or is it I'm pursuing the wrong type of relationship?
Yeah, man. And that requires some accountability. And unfortunately, man, they don't like that coffee. Like I like to say on my podcast. Yeah, bro, man, I appreciate you for reaching out, man, and just kind of, having this conversation. This is wild. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to deliver news of like, yeah, hey, he's down. He's looking for you too, and you guys set up a date. But this is
no, man. I'd love to talk to her. I mean, she seems.
Okay, so perfect. So so they are talking about the girl that said that she's interested in a nuclear physicist. So I'm gonna add my own little spin and take to it, and then from there we're probably gonna wrap it up. As a man, and I heavily emphasize this, right? If you want to deal with multiple women, you have to make that intention clear to the first woman that you're not going to be monogamous to her, that you want to be a part of a polygamous relationship. And if she sees you as high value enough, she'll stay. If not, she'll leave. You can't force that, but you got to be honest. Now, with what the brother's about to say, because I heard a couple seconds of it before I rewinded it, right? He was saying that he would be her friend, and it's like that within itself is also a second, in my opinion, it's also a second slap to the face to your girlfriend, first and foremost, because you were in a relationship and you went on that show, even though you're going to say that it was for a bet, but still, it's like, let's be real, bro. If you were to flip the script and your girlfriend would, or if the roles were to be reversed, and your girlfriend did that to you, you would have seen that as cheating. You would have seen that as disrespectful. So don't do something that if somebody else were to do to you, you're not gonna like that. Now, I don't know the standard of your relationships or the standards or the rules, whatever. But one thing I try to encourage the woke family, the woke ones, is that, especially for the guys, no female friends. Don't make females your friends. Why? Because the thing is that a lot of guys will try to become friends with females for the not for the sexual validation, right, or for the sexual attention, but they give away their non-sexual attention. And the thing is that if you give away your non-sexual attention as a man, you're not going to get the sexual attention that you want. Now, am I encouraging men to have intercourse with women? No. I just believe in general that there's nothing good that comes out of a man and a woman being friends, 100%. Now, you're going to have some people that are going to disagree with me, but we can always have conversations like this. But I wouldn't encourage those ideas. That's just me. Let's wrap this up, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts for what I'm saying, Wolf. Let's get it.
Seems interesting. I mean, formal conversations, or I'm down to be friends with anyone. I don't necessarily have to seek this girl out for like a relationship. It's just I find like what she was talking about interesting. She seems like a nice person.
Definitely seems that way, man. You're solid, dude. Sounds good. And we'll talk more, man. Appreciate you for reaching out.
All right, and have a good evening.
All right, man. You too. Later.
All right, guys. So there you go. You heard it for yourself. As always, man, I'm curious to know what you guys thought of the conversation. Comment down below. Share your opinion. I appreciate you guys for checking out.
That's going to be the end of this video for now. For what I'm saying. Yeah, I thought it was very, 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 very insightful conversation that the two had. We got a better perspective of the nuclear physicist and got his opinions. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna be watching a lot more videos like this on this channel, but for now, this is gonna be this live stream video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you will give those a check. But without further ado, this is gonna be this video. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.